Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to do the next question of our agriculture optional answer writing practice सीरीज जो हमारी एग्रीकल्चर ऑप्शनल आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस सीरीज चल रही है उसका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस टुडे एंड द क्वेश्चन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस टुडे इज डिस्क्राइब द रोल ऑफ डाइवर्सिफाइड फार्मिंग इन मैनेजिंग रिस्क एंड अनसर्टेनिटी। तो डाइवर्सिफाइड फार्मिंग का क्या रोल है इन मैनेजिंग रिस्क एंड अनसर्टेनिटी। So this question was asked in UPSC IFOS examination, that is agriculture optional paper of UPSC IFOS examination of 2022। तो 2022 की जो इंडियन फॉरेस्ट सर्विस एग्जामिनेशन है उसमें ये क्वेश्चन आ चुका है। सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अस टू सी हाउ वी कैन अप्रोच द आंसर। और रही बात डाइवर्सिफाइड फार्मिंग की, तो in recent times a lot of questions has been asked in diversified farming, so it becomes a very important topic. Every year you can see some question in diversified farming, or you can say integrated farming systems, which all are the part of diversified farming only. Okay, integrated farming system in agroforestry, amalgamation of livestock in our farming system. So these are the some of the questions which you will be able to see in the recent years. So it becomes very important for us to see how we can approach this type of answer. So first of all, we should know what diversified farming and I hope you all know what diversified farming is, because from the first of my videos I think I have taught about diversified farming many times. So if you are following my answer writing practice on regular basis, you will be easily able to answer these questions without seeing the video anymore. But if you are not following it, please follow it, because these questions are asked in UPSC. Okay, so you will have a good idea of the questions asked in UPSC and you will be able to write good answers of these questions. So what diversified farming is? So diversified farming involves cultivating a variety of crops. Okay, it involves cultivating variety of crops, or you can say cultivating, or you can say integrating many elements of agriculture in a field. Suppose the farmer has a field, and if he is growing rice, if he is growing paddy, and year on year, season on season he is growing just paddy, that is monocropping. But when he is changing crops, suppose in one season he is growing paddy, in another season he is growing some other crops, he is also incorporating the elements of livestock, he is incorporating the elements of mixed farming, intercropping. So that will be known as diversified farming. So I hope you are able to understand what diversified farming is. So how it helps in managing risk and uncertainty. So first of all, reduced dependency. Here we are not relying on a single crop or a single unit of agriculture, not relying on single crop. So here we have different crops based on seasons, different crops based in the same season. Also we are also practicing intercropping, mixed cropping. So what happens? We are less vulnerable. So when we have no reduced dependency on a single crop, the vulnerability, we are less vulnerable to weather, we are less vulnerable to outbreak of some pests and other things, outbreak of pests or disease pest. We are less vulnerable to market fluctuations. So all these things help us in mitigating risk and increasing our income, and it is also ecologically and economically both sustainable. So this is what there is. We have reduced dependency because we are not dependent on a single crop. There are diversified elements on which we are dependent. Secondly, it will provide us a stabilized income. Okay, because we have different crops, so different crops will be sold in different times of the year, in different seasons, in different markets, to different consumer base. So we'll have different kind of consumer base. Many of the crops can be also exported. So all these things leads to a stabilized income. Okay, and another thing is that suppose there are 5 crops which we are relying on our field, and one of the crops is failed due to some pest outbreak, or you can say due to some disease outbreak. So still you will have the other 4 elements, other 4 crops through which we can have a stabilized income. So that is what it does. It helps us in getting stabilized income. Second, thirdly, in its stabilized incomes, you can also, it helps us to cater the market demand. Suppose we don't know which of the crops are going to have which of the crops will be getting good rate this year, so we will have diversified for 5 crops. So suppose these crops get good rate this year, other crops get good rate another year, so will have a good income, we will have good stabilized income. Third, risk spreading, which I have just discussed here, that here the risk is not onto one crop. Suppose one crop failed, or one crop has some certain kinds of disease outbreak, certain kind of pest outbreak. So still you will not be that dependent on that crop, because the risk is spreaded here. We have five different elements. We have elements of agroforestry, we have elements of livestock, we have elements of other crops, some different crops. So if one fails also, suppose couple of it fails also, still we have three elements remaining, which we can sustain up, from which we can sustain our income. So here the risk is spreaded into various elements. So I hope you are able to understand what risk is spreading is. Next, we will able to have good ecosystem health, because we all know that monocropping, what monocropping does, it takes out similar kind of elements, and when we do intensive monocropping, it requires high irrigation, it requires high use of fertilizers, and all these things are very much not good for our environment. It depletes it. There is a huge wastage of fertilizers, there is huge depletion of groundwater table is going down, especially in areas of intensive monocropping such as the areas of Punjab, Haryana. So from that perspective also, you can say that this diversified farming also give us a good ecosystem health. Because suppose we are growing rice here, we have the field here, in one season we are growing rice, another season we have shifted to millets or pulses. So what happens, the suppose rice will have take out different elements from the different nutritional elements from the soil, and the pulses will have different nutrient requirements. So one types of required nutrient is not mined from the soil, different types of nutrients are taken away from different crops, and in the time when these crops is been planted and the rice is not planted, so what happens, the nutrients which are important for the rice will get the time to replenish in the soil. So it will create a good cycle in the soil, good cycle for our environment, which is very good for our ecosystem also. Adaptability, here what happens, the farmers are able to adapt to the changing conditions. It could be the market conditions, it could be the climate conditions. So in diversified farming we can easily adapt, because we will have a diversified idea of different crops. And suppose suddenly there is a climate change and we are not able to grow this crop, but still we have idea of these three crops, we will be adapting to this. And suppose for market events, certain one two crops are not giving good prices, but we know that we know the cropping systems of these two crops, the market of these two crops, so still we can adapt and transfer our weight to those crops which are performing good. So adaptability is good, sustainability is good, and not only environmental sustainability, it also provides such economic sustainability, and all these things increases the standard of living of the farmers. And if the farmers will have good pockets, if the farmers will have good money, so obviously the risk will be also mitigated, and overall they will have a good life. We have also plans of doubling the farmer incomes, we have also plans of economically sustainable farming, environmentally sustainable farming. So all these things can be achieved through diversified farming. So I hope you are able to understand what the question is asking and how to approach these types of answer. So that is all for today. Please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe. If you want to add points to your answer, suppose I have just given the most important 5-6 points, and if you want to add some other points to your answer, please let us know those points by commenting. Comment करके वो points हमें बताएं, so that we also get to know that you are going in good direction or not, you are approaching right or not. So please do comment the points which are going to add in your answer, because it will help you a lot, and it will also help us, because we will able to understand how you are perceiving our ideas, how you are perceiving the approach we are teaching you. So that will be all for today. Please do like, please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis. So if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.